Hello, I am here today to do a video on my project Lover Girl. Lover Girl is an EP I released in the summer that had its day in the sun. It was my first music project that I've ever put out, and it is doing fairly well. It's my baby. So I was talking to my people on Twitter, and we were talking about video ideas, and we agreed that we wanted a Lover Girl exposed. Maybe not exposed, that sounds like I'm flashing someone. More like a Lover Girl explained video where I kind of break down the project and the lyrics of all the songs. I'm here to spill the tea. So, let's begin. So, Lover Girl, let's talk about the name. I got the title Lover Girl when I was watching a movie. I was feeling quite uninspired. I had already announced that I was making an EP, but I didn't have an idea for the name. I only had 2 songs at the time. So I did what I normally do when I feel uninspired, and I went on Netflix. I watched a movie called Dirty Girl. My sister was actually the person to find the movie. It's just like a typical indie film of an angsty teen girl and her gay best friend, and it's a great movie. I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite movies. So when I watch movies, I need a little bit of extra help because I am hard of hearing, so I turn on the closed captions and I read movies as I watch them. So a song starts playing in the movie and the caption goes, Lover Girl starts playing. And when I saw Lover Girl in words on a screen, I was like, that is the title of my EP. It was all encompassing of the last 4 years of my life. I was in very serious relationships for 4 years, from 16 to 20, 2 consecutive relationships. And then after that, I was on my own, and I was suddenly 20, and I had to learn how to just live in this adult world as a single woman. That is kind of weird to do when you kind of grow up in a relationship. I thought it was a good title to sum up the person I am when it comes to love and relationships. I'm very much a lover. I give my all to the people that I am in love with. My life was dictated by love, whether it was lusting for love, wanting nothing to do with love. All of those phases took place over that time. And so that's how we got the name Lover Girl. The beginning of the EP starts with TV Girls. TV Girls was a song that I wrote last year at this time, actually. Devin, who is also known as Fade, he produced 2 of the songs on Lover Girl. He sent me that beat, and I was going through a time when I was dating, and I had never really dated before. So I was 20, learning how to go on dates and like finding out what to talk about, and I just hated it. For one, I was repeating myself all the time. Guys met me with this expectation that because I look a certain way that I acted a certain way. They had these like preconceived misconceptions of me that were just false. Like they look, okay, they see a cute girl and think there's nothing going on up there, and that always offended me. Long story short, dates never went very well for me. I mean, I played nice, but afterwards I was like, I'm not doing that shit again. TV Girls was kind of my frustration and my experience with dating. It was originally called 50 First Dates. I actually had a guy tell me that the way that I talk is a turnoff. It's not just the way that I talk, but my vocabulary. It was intimidating. He's like, I need a dictionary to understand you. And I was like, you just need a dictionary, sir. And that's TV Girls. Shades of Blue. Shades of Blue was and still is one of my favorite songs I've written because I can listen to it objectively. It doesn't feel like it's me singing it. And it might be because I wrote it in 3rd person. But I wrote this song after having a series of just bad mental health moments. I have been diagnosed with anxiety, depression, and PTSD. and weird saying it out loud to the camera, but it is who I am. I went through a lot of things in the last few years, and it kind of caught up all at once at the beginning of 2018. I guess it was all just bottled up, and it finally wanted to present itself to me and be like, hey, you have been shoving me in the closet, and it's time for me to come out and let you know that I'm here and you need to deal with me. So Shades of Blue was a song about my experiences with mental health, and I hate saying mental disorders, so I'm gonna say mental health. I wrote Shades of Blue after having really bad panic attacks and nightmares. I feel like one of my biggest concerns has always been having children, and because that's my end goal, right, to become a mother and have a family. But I always worried because I was like, well, if I have all these problems, why would I bring someone into this world with the chance that they would experience, you know, my suffering, right? And then I thought, I was like, that's such a dumb way to look at things. Just because I have these issues with mental health doesn't mean that I am unlovable, doesn't mean that I am incapable or incompetent. It just means that I have these things and I learn to live with it. In Shades of Blue, there's a line where I talk about my future daughters, you know, and how I want to make sure that they're always safe. But then I realized, like, nothing's ever going to be this utopian, perfect place for anybody, and if things go wrong, it's okay. The chorus goes, baby, it's okay. Tears are for cold days, but if you're feeling blue, then you're my favorite shade. And I think that's one of the prettiest poems ever. I feel like I say this because it doesn't feel like I wrote the song. It felt like the song came to me. I don't care how crazy I sound. I felt like that song was a message that was sent to me to remind me to love my own self, that I don't have to force myself to be happy if I'm feeling depressed for a day. Sometimes you just gotta accept the negative emotion or state that you're in, and if you're feeling blue, then I love you anyway. That is Shades of Blue. Track 3 is Free Broadcast. Free Broadcast, also produced by Devin. He's amazing. That song was a declaration of me not giving a fuck anymore. When I went through one of my breakups, my ex and we had a horrible separation. Both people had contributed to this horrible breakup, but it kept going. At some point, there was just so many nasty rumors about me. I was like, well, what am I gonna do about it? First, I was sad, you know, like all of these people who used to be my friends suddenly believed all these things about me that were completely untrue. And I was upset. I pretty much hid away. I like quit my job. I let this really dictate my life. At some point I was like, you know what? Why am I living my life in so much fear and anxiety? For what? Because someone spread some false rumors about me? I know my truth. Free Broadcast is me addressing those rumors. That's why it goes, she ain't nobody's type. I heard she sees her ex-man on the side. A love fiend with a big appetite. Can you handle it? She's a handful. People always have a lot of things to say about me and my relationship status. I just like to live, and I am open to like falling in love and open to meeting people. People like see that and they're like, this girl cannot live without guys. How is she supposed to understand herself or find herself until she's alone? And I'm like, man, I've been alone my whole life. Let me just have companionship and love. Like, what's so wrong with that? A lot of social obligations came with that relationship that I was speaking about. Being a certain way for his family and his friends. The second we broke up and the second I finally accepted that he was allowed to say what he wanted to say about me, I was like, I am free as a bird, and now I can go on and do the things that I want to do, because what they say affects me in zero way. Alright, Stripped, on the other hand, is about the same relationship, except it was the other feelings that came with losing someone. At that time, I had been living a very crazy, tumultuous, turbulent life where I was just meeting people all the time, random people. I was going on all these trips, running away, right, from this town. So I was like, I'm gonna go on as many trips as I can to just get the fuck away from people. I just need to get away. And I would do that. I would be meeting random people I'd never met. I would stay in random places, sleep in the same bed with people I didn't know. Don't do that. I'm telling you now because I care about you, don't do that. Getting myself into a lot of trouble. I was meeting people who offered a lot of favors. I guess just in return for my company, I felt cheap. I never did anything for money. Like, don't get me wrong. When you're a girl and you meet people, guys, men, like to offer you things for your company, and it's kind of like, well, I'm here. At that time, I think I just wanted to be spoiled, so I would often say yes. I would often just go with these people I didn't know. I thought that I was living a lavish lifestyle. I thought this was better than dating someone who took my money. Instead, I was being spoiled for once. I would be in all these nice places, and at some point I felt really alone. It's like, this doesn't fulfill me, having these things, being in these amazing places, these hotel rooms that were like $1,000, you know? Being in these places didn't satisfy me. It didn't bring me the love that I had been craving during that difficult relationship and after that relationship. So I had a moment where I spilled my guts, and so that's why the song goes, can I share my secrets in this hotel room? I have these dumb habits that I like to do, finding new predicaments to cater to. What's the point of singing if you're missing from this city view? I wonder if you listen still. I wonder if you hear me. Loving you's been far from free will. I don't think this green pill can save me. The green pill is supposed to be double entendre, sort of jealousy. You know, I was trying to exude this facade, this demeanor like I'm getting everything I want now that we're broken up. When truly I still felt very much alone and completely unfulfilled and sad. As well as Tylenol. Was it Tylenol or was it Advil? One of those ibuprofens has a green tablet. I remember being really sad and like heartbroken. I just felt bad, and this guy that I was staying with, he was like, just take like an Advil or something. And I thought about how in psychology, when you are rejected, it's the same brain chemistry that happens when you get like punched in the face and the stomach. Like, it's just a pain pathway. No one would ever get that unless they explained it, which is kind of why this video exists. Love Fiend. Love Fiend is one of my favorite songs I've written because it came from a very, my chest is hollow, from a very angry place. And when I was in middle school and high school, when I started writing songs, all of my best music came from that place, that fire within. So Love Fiend was about a boy of whom I shared feelings for since the beginning of time. We grew up, we grew apart, we became a certain way. I never talked to him during that time we were apart. We came back together, we met again. He didn't know how to love, and he was very proud of that, and it irked me so much being a lover girl. I was like, you think you're too cool for love? You like think you're better than the best feeling in the world. He was very much drawn to substances. I was like, well, you're in love with that, I'm in love with you, and this is how the fuck I feel. And I was just angry. That's Love Fiend. Love Fiend is the moment in which Lover Girl turns and she's angry. It is to be continued, ... And I say to be continued because I'm writing a new album, and I just announced the title. It's called Bad Dreams. Bad Dreams is on its way. I have a Patreon in the link below if you'd like to help fund the process. There's some prizes and stuff, you can check that out. Last but not least, I have merchandise available for Lover Girl. Let me show you real quick. I have this shirt. Is it tacky for me to just show my merchandise like I'm promoting my shit? It's cute. This is small. It's quite big on me. It's unisex, so I'm petite. It should fit you though. I have posters, They're downstairs. They're cute. The posters are cute. I have stickers as well. So please feel free to check out the merch. All of the money that I make through Patreon and merchandise goes straight to this next album. So please, if you have change to spare, support me. Thank you so much for your love. I'm so grateful for you. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I think that's it. Spotify? You can do that if you want. Up to you. Yeah, stay connected with me. I love ya. Bye.